How does keyframing create anticipation and follow through in animation? Imagine watching a character jump. You see them bend their knees first, then leap into the air. That build-up and the continuation after the jump make the motion feel real. Now, how do animators create that effect? It all comes down to keyframing. Keyframing is when you set specific frames in your animation where important changes happen. In Adobe After Effects and other motion graphics software, these frames mark the start and end points of a movement or transition. By carefully placing keyframes, you control exactly how and when things move. Anticipation is the movement that happens before the main action. Think of a person winding up before throwing a ball. They might pull their arm back or bend their knees. Using keyframes, you can set the pose just before the action to show this build-up. The first keyframe shows the starting pose, and the next one shows the wind-up. The timing between these frames makes the anticipation feel natural or exaggerated, depending on what you want. Follow-through is what happens after the main action. For example, after a punch, the hand might continue moving slightly or the hair might sway. With keyframes, you can define how these secondary motions happen. You place keyframes after the main movement to show the motion continuing or settling down. This makes the animation look more believable because it respects how objects and characters move in real life. In Adobe After Effects, mastering keyframing for anticipation and follow-through involves setting key poses for the build-up, main action, and recovery. You can adjust the timing and easing of these keyframes to control how fast or slow the movement feels. Easing is a way to make the motion accelerate or decelerate smoothly, which adds to the realism. You can also use the graph editor to fine-tune how the motion transitions between keyframes. This allows you to make movements more fluid or more exaggerated. For secondary parts like hair or clothing, offsetting their keyframes from the main body creates overlapping action. This technique makes the motion look more natural and less stiff. By using keyframes this way, you follow the principles of animation that say anticipation prepares the viewer for an action, and follow-through shows the aftermath. It's all about controlling timing and motion curves to craft animations that feel alive. In short, keyframing creates anticipation by setting up the preparatory poses and timing before an action. It creates follow-through by controlling how secondary motions continue after the main movement stops. This structured approach helps make your animations in Adobe After Effects look smooth, believable, and engaging.